Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and broadcasting audio on the network at our.com. Are you ready to witness something you cannot explain?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in a city called Fresno, California. Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. Been investigating the paranormal going over 14 years, so I'm just not up here talking about it, actually living it. Got a team, a member of the team is sitting right here to the right-hand side of me, Mr. Alan Thomas.
Hi, all.
Now
good seeing you.
Bad audio. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I can hear the audio.
Well,
yeah, but which one is it?
Bad audio on. Yeah, on live stream. Hold on. Let me see how it is. Stand by. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I wasn't doing that before.
Dang, what is that? Oh, it quit. Got it.
I don't know why I did that, guys. I really don't. Gremlins. I hate them.
You have spooks in here.
Gremlins, that shouldn't have happened. That's been plugged in since last night, since we were doing the test. That shouldn't have done that. I don't know why I did that, guys. All right. Okay. Again, you guys, it's just me and Alan in here. We have no producers, directors. We have no camera guys. I wish I had all that, or else we wouldn't be having these technical difficulties. But obviously,
Here, type that.
oh crap! Are you kidding me?
I can't remember it.
Hold on.
It's been a month or two.
Here.
Oh, how'd you do that?
There's a. Never mind, just go on there. So, all right. Thank you for showing up wherever you may be. You are watching Paranormal Central. Been doing this for 8 years on the internet. And now we have a TV show on the CW, Central California-wide, between Bakersfield and Merced. So if you watch us there, you're probably now watching us here or vice versa. And I'm glad you guys are finally figured who we are and where, this is where we're at. Been doing this for a while now. Thank you for showing up wherever you may be. We have fans around the world. Thank you for tuning in at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock. Really? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, let me get into it later on. Hold on.
Wait,
so
I can get into
you can get it. We've got passwords we got to type in. It's really, really cool. But all right, well, tonight we have a special guest. His name is Ron Moorehead. For all those who have been following us for such a long time, you understand who this guy is. You know who he is. I've had him a couple times on the show already before, but we're having him on again because he has a new book. Here it is, The Quantum Bigfoot. And this is right up our alley. Why? Because we have experienced what this guy is talking about. It's kind of and I think he, when we had him last, him and his daughter, he kind of mentioned that he was writing a book pertaining to the subject matter that that we're going to talk about tonight. Do Bigfoots have special powers? Well, we have experienced that in the field. We'll talk about it with Ron Moorehead when he comes back on. And we've told the story once before with my wife, and a lot of people in the past, investigators have had crazy things happen to them out in the field, and we're talking supernatural stuff here. For one thing, a lot of people don't believe in Bigfoot, okay, but then you tell them, well, then we think Bigfoots have special powers. Then they really think you're out in left field, and you've basically fallen off the cliff.
Actually, that's what Ron talks about in his book, because he was like us.
Mm-hmm.
He started off, Bigfoot's a flesh and blood, no special thing except for fast, the things that you would need to survive in the wild.
Right.
Only as he went along over the years, kind of like us, we start talking to people, and at first you're like,
yeah,
okay,
right.
yeah.
And granted, I did think that. I got, you're
Me
smoking
too.
crack, dude. Let me have some.
But then after, like, you hear it over and over and over, and then you have a few things happen to you, like missing time and some other stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, like, your perspective widens out, and you don't think everybody's so whacked,
Right.
Because
you have experienced that now with. So we need to take all that and step back and say, wait, I think there is something to it. And there is actually. And finally, somebody who's respected in the field, Mr. Ron Moorehead, has actually come out, and I think he's probably the only one to this day who's actually come out and put his reputation on the matter, as you can say, because, a lot of people, again, who has been investigating the Bigfoots for such a long time think it's just an animal, and that's it. And they don't realize that there's more to it than that. But we're going to have Ron on here in about a minute. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get him on. We're going to be talking to him about his book. And I have 2 books that we're going to give away that are autographed tonight. All right. So the number, you better write down this number. All right. Run out. Okay, so go to the kitchen, grab a pen, grab a paper, get your cell phone out, program it in there. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to do that. And then that way you guys can write down this number, because this is the call-in number that we have here on the show, as well as the 24-hour hotline. And that's going to be the call-in number when I say, all right, time to call in for your book. And we're going to take, so many callers and give it away. Now, Alan is trying to break in. I think it's here.
I think you're right.
Okay, try that. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get Ron Moorehead. So we're going to call him via Skype. Oh, there he is. Hi, how's it going, Ron?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Ron, thank you for the book, my buddy.
So let's go ahead.
Alan, is that you?
Yes, sir. That was good stuff. Yesterday, you were great, man. I watched the live feed on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
It was good, really good. I'm mad at Matt Johnson, though. Sit there and say, and the big reveal is, went to black. It's like, hey, if you weren't 6'10", I'd slap you.
There you go. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he is.
That's why I said 6'10". Ladder. Get the ladder. Well, Ron, thank you very much. I know you had a busy weekend. You are at a conference. Tell everybody where you're at. Are you out there? Are you right there right now, or are you home already?
No, I'm home.
Okay.
It's only an hour from here.
Oh, right on.
I joined Matt on that conference. Anyway, drove back, and here I am with you, and just happy to be here.
Right on. Well, we're here because Ron has been on our show several times. You've been investigating Bigfoot, over 100 years?
At least 100 years. Yeah. 45 years. Well, since 1971.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I was 2 years old at the time. Actually, I'll celebrate my 3/4 of a century birthday this year. So
I didn't.
I'm doing well and very happy about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well, I think you're one of the. I mean, you've been doing this a while, and you're very respected in the field. And I bet you it was freaking hard to come out with this book.
Well, this last book, the Quantum Bigfoot, was really difficult. Yeah, I've been looking into quantum physics for probably at least 10 years, I guess, trying to get maybe a science behind some of the things we encountered. Finally, the more I got into it, the more I realized that quantum physics is very much like spirituality. And of course, when I first ran into these things, or when they first ran into us, I should say, in 1971, really I wanted to find out where giants came from, because I know they were in the Bible, a long time ago, and I didn't know if those kind of giants were still around or not, but they were bad guys then.
Right.
And what we was dealing with up there didn't seem to be throwing rocks at us or carrying us away or trying to eat us, even though some of the sounds sound like they could have that we recorded. So anyway, I'm still into the spirituality of it as far as what happens, and quantum physics seems to answer so many questions that we had up there, and still, we pondered about them for so long, but in those days we didn't realize what we're dealing with at all. Just a big, giant creature left huge footprints and made some real hellacious noises around us.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's start from the beginning. So many questions, obviously. All right. Well,
well, I think the guy that made Harry and the Hendersons, I think he actually watched or heard you tell your story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only because I mean, you know how it took all the animals that was hanging on the wall and everything and went out and buried them in the ground. And I remember one of the times that we had time to sit down and talk, you were telling us how you guys were leaving gifts of meat or something, and it buried it, and it had big old handprints on it, where it buried the ribs or whatever it was,
So, all right. So, the Quantum Bigfoot, I'm assuming that you have had experiences now that back then you had to step back and say, wait a minute, did that just actually happen? Am I... like us, are we smoking the weed or what? I mean, come on, because we've experienced some stuff too, Ron. So it's like, sometimes you have to just really think to yourself, did that just actually happen? Because
well, the thing is, there were several of us up there, so it wasn't like you were by yourself questioning yourself, did I dream that or did it happen?
Right.
It was happened on multiple occasions with several of us. I mean, there's 6 of us in the group. Not all the time were we all there, but several times during hunting season we were there, all in a group, and these things come around and inspect our carcass and just toy with us. At the time we didn't think it was toying. We didn't realize what we were dealing with, like I said before. But anyway, it's been an exciting trip for me, this whole Bigfoot thing. Now,
you used to live down here near Fresno.
I did. That's when I was on your show last.
Yeah. Was it I don't want to say Merced, but Sonoma? Where were you at?
Mariposa.
Dude, that's like.
But I lived in Merced years ago too. So
okay. So what made you move to this area, Merced, Mariposa?
Mariposa? Or,
yeah, Mariposa. What made you move there?
Well, business. I had businesses. I had a motel and some restaurants, and just really, I was in business, and.
Wow.
I retired from all that and moved up to Washington just to change the scenery. I used to live in Port Townsend for a few years here on the Olympic Peninsula. Okay. And it always liked this area. I could fly in and out of it. I'm a private pilot, and I could use it as a blue hole up here. It's not much as nuts, not like rainy like it is all over the rest of Washington. It's just really a great area.
Well,
and I still have property down in Mariposa, and I still have children and grandchildren down there. So, in fact, I'm leaving next week to go see them.
Oh, sweet. In Mariposa?
Yes. And I have another daughter in Clear Lake. So.
How long are you going to be down here for?
Oh, I plan on being back up here by the 12th because I got some more things I got to do, interviews and things. So, and I'm still getting all these books out. So.
Right. So you're going to be in Mariposa then for how long? About a week?
Yeah, that's the plan. If I don't have to go to Reno, I still got a little business venture going up there. No employees, but business, and
Okay.
I may need to go up there and then take care of something up there.
Would it be cool if if we come to you, bring the film crew, and talk to you a little about your book for the CW?
Oh, yeah, we could work that out if you can get up to Mariposa. But I won't. Well, I'll have time. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking a couple hours, at the most, But you'll be on between Bakersfield and Merced on the CW network, man. We're talking about promoting your book, man.
Oh, I'd love it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That'll work. All right. So I'll get together with you tomorrow on message, and I'll get a hold of my producer, and we'll make this happen. Cool.
All right.
All right.
Great.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. No, thank you. That'll be awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the book, the Quantum Bigfoot. Experiences. Well, let me tell you really quick what happened to my wife, and I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. For all those who don't know. No, that's cool. I got the. What happened here? Oh, I unplugged the lights. But I got the. Let me plug that back in, and I got the book right here sitting on my desk.
Oh, now I can see you guys, yeah.
You know what? Let's leave that plugged in just like that. So, okay.
Yeah, I think everybody can see him.
Yeah, you can see you. So, all right. So, my wife had an experience last fall, and I'm just going to tell it to you really quick because this is freaking crazy, man. We found a new spot near Washan, and we went there near the power lines. Chlorine, okay. And I saw something that day. It was me, Alan, my wife, my son, Christian, who's 10 at the time, and then Mickey Burrow, police officer. And I actually saw something running. Alan didn't get to see it. That is probably the first time I've actually seen a Bigfoot in my for how long I've been doing this. But what happened is I was putting up game cameras. All the guys went. My wife stayed back at the truck, sitting down near the truck, and something was whistling at her from the tree line. She thought it was my son, and for some reason it was. She said it sounded like Christian, like his whistle, and she almost got up to go walk towards the whistle, but did not do it because she just didn't have a great feeling about this. So we come back. She said, "Kristen, were you over there whistling?" And he said, "No, I was over there with the guides." And she told us what happened. Freaked her out. On the way down the hill, she started to feel sick. And she goes, "Jeff, I don't feel good. I don't feel good." I looked. She was sitting in the passenger side. She started to sweat. I'm looking at her. She started to get pale. She goes, "Jeff, I don't feel good. I don't feel good." We got back to the house. She sat in her favorite chair. She covered her up. She covered her with a blanket, and she started to sweat. And she's just not, I've never seen her like this. She just got sick all of a sudden. And let me tell you, the bizarre part is the following day, she was still sick. We had the window cracked open just a little bit right behind her. And these flies started to come in the house and just started to fly around her.
But you have a screen. He has a screen.
Yeah.
Also, so how the flies got through that is another question.
So there was like 30 or 40 flies surrounding her. She could not get them off, and she was sweating. She did not feel good. And my son Christian came over with the fly swatter, was trying to kill him. And I'm going, what the hell is going on here? Now I'm Alan and myself, what we do on this show and on the outside of this show is we go to people's homes and we try to get rid of evil. We believe in God. We're very spiritual, religious people. I decided upon myself to get up and go over to my wife, put my hand on her forehead, and I said some prayers. And not soon after that, she started to feel better, and the flies took off. Okay? That right there put me at a spot that I thought I would never take myself when it comes to this paranormal supernatural stuff, because that actually happened to us. I cannot explain it, but I think it had something to do with what the Bigfoot was trying to do to her that day,
or warn her.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think happened to her? Was the Bigfoot trying to entice her to come over to her? Was it doing the whole brain? I don't know. I mean, what is your take?
Could have been. It could have been, Jeffrey. They've been known to do that throughout history. Is try to entice either children or women into the woods, and for you can guess what reasons, you know.
Right.
So that could be, and they can entangle you quantumly. Some people call that mind speak, and and they can seem to they can induce things to humans, which I don't know how it works, other than it is in the quantum field probably. If that's what's going on with her, as long as you didn't feed her something bad or something like that.
No, that's just it. You know, I try to explain that. I try to debunk it. That's my job. All right.
That's a good thing. That's a great way.
The last thing I'm going to say is frickin' Bigfoot sent some evil waves and got her, and this is what happened to her. That's the last thing I want to say. And I tried to debunk this, and we could not. And it's telling me that we are up against something that I believe, like what your book states, that these things have special powers
or interdimensional. Or
yeah.
something.
And let's get into that, because now, since I've told that story and a lot of people know about that story, you know, there are movies on TV, and I'm going to throw this one out: Predator with Arnold in it, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. You know, a lot of people in the past have said they're looking at this Bigfoot, and it's walking or it's running, and all of a sudden it disappears, and then it reappears, you know, I don't know, 20 feet, 30 feet to the right. And they think, you know, did I just see what I just saw? Real, you know. So let's talk about, you know, where you think these Bigfoots come from. For one thing, you talked about the Nephilim. They talk about the Bible. All right. Let's start off where you think. Let's talk. Okay.
Like how did
God, I have so many
your
questions.
research brought you to
I have so many questions, because you go all over the world looking for this
Yeah,
stuff
he
with
does.
Brian Forrester, and you know, you get out there. So let's talk about that first.
I just spent a whole weekend with people talking about this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And I was one of them. So,
And
how do they cloak if that's what they're doing?
Right.
It's a vibrational frequency, and I think they have the ability to change their vibrational frequency to a level that's out of our perception. And I think they can do that with their vocal mechanism. I think they have more than 2 vocal cords. This is just what I think. I don't know this, but
Right.
there's some strange sounds happen to us up there, which we have no idea how it happened, but this would answer it if this is how it happened. We would hear, and I think you've read this in one of my books, where you think the camp was being tore apart and nothing had been changed when you look out there. And there's 6 of us in there, 5 or 6 of us in the shelter when this is going on. And yeah, nothing changed. And how does that happen? You're either hearing into another dimension, or they're hypnotizing all of us to think we heard that, or we did hear that. And there's another time when I think I mentioned that you hear what you think is a car door slamming right outside us. And our shelter's 8 miles into the wilderness. You know, it's not like you just stroll up there. It takes something to get there. You got to be in good shape and or have a good animal that knows how to trail walk. So anyway, a lot of other things have happened too, and I give up some of that stuff in both my books. But it gets into the science that possibly explains that, because what the paranormal is today is just something that's normal that we don't understand. And it's just understanding the rules that apply to the universe that really do work. We live in a 3-dimensional environment, and a 4 if you want to count time and light. And you get all that together, and there's quantum physics says there's a lot more dimensions. And if these things are somehow related to interdimensional, which I believe they are, it answers all those questions that we got. How they do this, how they do that. And that's what I got into with this book, which I've been writing now for 2 years, just got it out. Been studying it for probably 10 years. And it's just an exciting field. Yeah, thank you. I've seen that.
Hello, it's right there. Yeah. So, all right. You know, as people are probably watching this from all over the world, right off the bat, where can they get the book?
On my website, ronmoorehead.com, Morehead, or bigfootsounds.com. Both go to the same spot. You can order it through my PayPal store there. And it should be online by tomorrow or the next day. You got the advanced copies, which I sold this weekend. And I still have a few of those left, not many. They are color copies, which I don't have those after this batch is gone, but next Tuesday or Wednesday I get this second edition in, which would be black and white. And those will be available on my site. And I just talked to my guru today. He was at the convention, and he's going to put them online the first part of the week. So
Cool.
if people just keep watching the site, my Bigfoot site, you'll see. And they'll be downloadable too, by the way.
Okay.
I'll put the links, like when I load this onto YouTube, I'll put the links so that, when people watch it on YouTube, at least they can click on it.
Right.
And then I think I even have a bio of you on our website. I'm not sure that I used before, and I'll just bring that up and put the links on there too.
Okay, so let's talk about you going all over the world. Let's tell everybody about your interest in, with Brian Forrester. I mean, you know Brian, right? I mean, come on.
I do.
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
He's a good guy. He lives in Paracas, Peru. Mm-hmm. He's a great guy. He's got that Hidden Inca Tours. He started up now. And you want somebody who knows a lot about Peru and South America. He's the guy to go to. Been to Nazca with him. We flew over the Nazca lines. Been to Cusco. Been into all those places. I've been down there twice with a group of guys, one being a scientist, archaeologist, and we measured the skulls, those elongated skulls. He got us into some private places where no one else generally goes, and it was a very memorable and exciting, interesting trip to see what I saw.
Right.
It was just to see what all's been done down there by some advanced culture. Mm-hmm. These elongated skulls were naturally elongated, unless you saw one that the Incas did. The Incas would cradleboard their youth, the royalty, and they would do that by head binding them, and they were trying to mimic, we believe, these pre-culture or pre-Inca culture, and to get the same abilities that I think they had, which was moving those big boulders, which are over 100 ton, some of them up 13,000 foot mountain, and placing them like a jigsaw puzzle. How they cut them, how they did that is advanced, and we don't know how they did it today. Why they cut them like that? Probably just because they could, and it was probably very simple for them. I think it's basically, I believe that they probably did it through sound vibrational waves, and that's maybe how they did it. Why they did it is another story.
Wow. So now let's talk about giants in the Bible. You're a very religious person, right?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm a spiritual person.
Spiritual. Okay, I'll take that back. My bad. Spiritual person. Okay. So let's talk about the Bible.
By the way, we're all spiritual.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. So let's talk about the Bible. Giants have been mentioned in the Bible, the Nephilim. Nobody knows where these Bigfoots come from, where they came from, why are they here. What's your take?
Well, the Nephilim were here pre-flood days, and they were here. They were a product of the corruption from celestial beings and involved in the human genome, manipulating it and creating crossbreeding basically with God's creation, which is us, and creating the giants Nephilim, and they were devouring the earth. And that's why Noah was saved, because God didn't want his creation
polluted,
screwed, basically screwed. That's what was going to happen. And the Savior, or Jesus, had to come through an uncorrupted genome, through an uncorrupted lineage, and that's where Noah came from. He is a great-great-grandson of Enoch, which, if you've read much about that, there's a lot of history about giants from Enoch, the Book of Enoch, which is not canonized, but you can still obtain it and get it and read it online even. He talks about the giants in those days and what they were doing, what they were responsible for, and how they corrupted the human genome. So everybody wonders, well, how'd they get here after the flood? How could Bigfoot be one of them? Well, there's a way it could have happened, and they were found in Numbers 13, 33, and 34 to be here after the flood when the children of Israel was going into the land of Canaan. And if you look and follow the lineage there, Ham, one of Noah's sons, his son, Canaan, they inhabited the land of Canaan. That's how it got its name. And that's where giants were. That's where Goliath and his brothers were, and that's where the Nephilim were when the children of Israel were trying to go into that land. So how'd they get her after the flood? Well, maybe through Ham's wife. She could have been carrying a recessive gene for that lineage. And actually, Cain and Abel. You remember that story, right?
Right.
Cain killed his brother. Well, he has a curse on him, but that curse wasn't a mutated thing. I mean, his offspring weren't marked like he was, whatever that mark was. However, he had probably hundreds of children. His whole lineage went on for hundreds of years before the flood came. So this was a big mix going on then. And Ham's wife could have had that because Ham, again, his descendant went into the land of Canaan. That's where giants were. But they weren't the Nephilim necessarily. They were just from the line of Cain. And they were marked. And that's where that could have happened. But then you've got celestial beings who did it once, they could do it again. You know, they messed with the human genome, they come down, they may be here now messing with us.
Yeah.
I don't think they mess with me or you, but
they
could
might
be.
have.
And that's where a lot of things are going on. There's a cosmic war going on in other dimensions. We only live in 3. That's all we see. People think, well, if you can't see it, it ain't real. Well, gosh, they got to get their head out of the sand because there's a lot of stuff that's real. What's really real is what you see with your third eye, which is in the middle of your head, called the pineal gland. If you can open that up, you can get true energy coming from the universe and see things and understand things better. I'm off track here, so if I get
No, you're on track, man. Now let's talk about the pineal gland in right in the middle of your forehead. Have you tried to
look
calcifize? Yeah, I mean, have you tried?
it?
Have you tried to get into it and to use it? I mean,
Oh, we do. In fact, we do that often, a lot of us. The humans, though, we're being corrupted by the diets we have, by the fluoride in our toothpaste or in the water. That all causes calcification on the pineal gland, and that keeps us from connecting with the inner eye, which is called the eye of the soul. You know, I mean, that's where I think we get the energy from. If we can not be led by our outside senses and be led by the God that's in us, and that's where God comes through with his energy and through his people is through that. That's how I believe. And even Christ said in John 17:21 or 26, I wish that all could be one with the Father as I am one with the Father. Well, that oneness is what we need to develop in ourselves. That's what we got alienated from in that garden, in that metaphorical apple. And that's what we've all got to strive to get back to what we were originally created to be, which is God's children. We all have access to it. It's just a matter of learning how to, and that's what Christ said. It's all within you. Everything I'm doing, he says, you can do.
Right.
Now that's pretty good, but we're not walking on water, Jeff. And as much as I'd like to say I can,
right.
I'm working at it. I'm trying to eat right. I get non-GMO stuff. And, I'm very fortunate to have a lady in my life, which is a dietitian. She knows all this stuff really well.
The expert in opening up that third eye.
And Bigfoot, by the way, Bigfoot probably doesn't brush with fluoride either. So, they have not calcified.
Right.
And they're probably the oneness that they're supposed to be, like we're supposed to be, but we're still alienated from it.
Do you think that the elite, the governments of the world, know about that, and that's the reason why the junk food, the Pepsis, the Cokes, all that stuff, that the fluoride? I mean, come on, Hitler used it on his people, not people, but on the Jews to keep them calm. I mean, why can't people understand that's in your freaking toothpaste? There's got to be some. Why are they doing that? Do you think they're doing it for a reason? Do you think that if we found out that if we can actually use that third eye to look in the future to figure out what's really happening, that it would be a revolution? I mean,
well, I have no doubt the government knows about it. I don't know if they're causing it or if it's just political because there's so much money involved, because you get the farmers that are spraying spraying all these chemicals on the ground that they're growing food that we're eating. That going right through into your hamburger bun. If you don't eat gluten-free, you're gonna eat some of that stuff.
I actually read last night. My wife's trying to learn all this stuff, about what's in the food and what not to eat and all that kind of stuff. And actually, flour, regular old bleached flour, FDA came out a while back and was saying it's all poison. It's like bleached, and then they spray all this junk all over it, like when in the harvest and then they just grind it all up all together, and we every time we eat a sandwich or this or that, we're eating that every time, and we don't even know really, right. I bet how much is in everything that we eat.
Hamburgers and all the buns that Burger King, McDonald's, all that. I mean, come on, McDonald's is the worst, but I eat it. I'll die without having a Big Mac every week or so. That's just the way it is. But yeah, I agree that the foods that we consume is not good for us, man. And we've talked about, let's say, for example, the younger kids. For example, my son, when he was young, 3 years old, 2 years old, he was able to see things around the house. At a certain age, I believe that all that goes away. The calcification of the pineal gland happens, and that's it. All that is gone.
Start learning everything.
It's us. We give them all those foods, but you can't stop eating everything.
No, I know.
You just can't.
I think just focus in on non-genetically modified foods. You can get those, and they're available because we eat them. I mean, their stores are getting more and more into realizing that people are wanting that because we're being educated every day. We're being educated about this stuff, and if you can get that and watch for fluoride, and in the book, you've probably seen that's why you're asking the question. I talk about what it takes to decalcify your pineal gland and to eat right. I get into a lot of things that I think enhances the Bigfoot story, because they live in a world that we're just trying to understand. And I think there's good ones and bad ones, probably from different creators. I mean, UFOs, I'm sure all your listeners, including just about everybody I ever talked to, believe that aliens have been here and maybe are here now. They don't live in the same time zone that we live in. We live in a time like a river going down. You have to, in a boat, you have to see it day by day, and what's yesterday you can remember. But time doesn't exist like that in the other dimensions. And these things are energy, like everything is energy. Energy does not die, and it can't be destroyed. You can only change forms. So that's how they move so fast. And I'm off subject again, so you have to keep me lined up.
Like now that you mentioned the move so fast, like over my years, even before getting with Jeffrey, and after I first saw one, and I watched it for a long time, so I got a really good look at him. You know what I mean? Like the only thing I didn't get was a really close look. He was like 40 yards out, but it was enough to know and see the size and the muscle definition, and to see how natural and fluid and powerful. I mean, after a little while, you start realizing, whoa, that I've been sharing the woods with that. Like, oh my God, freaked me out. But since then, like going out, it captures you. It does something to you. It changes you. And then you're constantly like looking for it again. You know what I mean? Like hunting. Forget hunting. Let's look for this thing. But only it'll run like in the middle of the night through something that I just walked through that took me a half an hour and I could barely walk through it. But it, in the middle of the night, ran from there in several hundred yards in like 5 seconds in pitch black. And then you go out the next day and you already know what it's running through, and then you go out there just to verify that you're not crazy, that it really did go from right next to you all the way to the top of the hill in seconds, 5 seconds. Like, how did it do that? That was one of my main things. I knew it could run fast. I mean, like the first prints I saw ever, they were 15 feet apart. And I watched it run and lay those prints down, but still it didn't make sense to me. Like 15 feet. Wow. I mean, he was a big guy.
You don't have those prints laying around, do you?
A print?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
cast.
A cast?
The best ones I've
Actually,
ever seen
I do.
are
I
yours.
just unpacked one I took to the meet. Would you like to?
Yeah,
I think I had it on your show a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's the one I was.
Right.
Yeah, blow some people away. I want you, if you can, grab that and
All
just
right,
show
I'm
it.
gonna pull my headset
No
off,
problem.
so-
No problem.
This actually the biggest cast I ever saw.
Yeah.
Ever.
When he brought it out on the set when we did the Crest Theater, I went, "You're kidding, right?" Because you're looking at this particular cast, and he's going to show it to you guys right now. Imagine the body attached to this.
Look at that, man! It's as wide as his chest. Can you believe
Look
that?
at that one. Yeah.
Holy cow!
Hold on. Here we go. He's going to put his.
You might lower the light a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna lower the light really quick because I have you on the big screen behind us, and I want everybody to get a good look at.
Oh my goodness, is that what I look like?
Yeah, sorry, but it's
Handsome
better.
devil.
Yeah, it's better quality out here. But yeah, go ahead and put up
All
that print.
This
Okay.
is a. Let's see, I gotta back away here a little bit.
Yeah, it's so big.
Holy smoke, guy! Look at that thing.
This is a 19-inch print, and let me show you. I took this to the meet. This is a copy of it. I got the original out there in a box, all foamed up, so it doesn't get this hurt. This is the Patterson, Roger Patterson site. Bob gave me this, Bob Gimlin, and this is. Look at the difference. And
Yes.
what I get at in all this.
Yeah, so they say the Patterson patty was like 8.5 feet tall. Okay, and that's
No,
her
7'4"
footprint.
1/4", I think, is more accurate with Patterson film. That's been studied quite a bit. She
It was
wasn't
what?
8
It
foot,
was
I don't believe.
8 foot or not 8 foot?
So did you say 7 foot what?
7'4".
7'4". Okay.
Still.
Well, according to some forensic
Right.
guys, looked it all over pretty well and studied it. Anyway, that's still pretty big.
Yeah.
But this is the track she left.
Right.
And see that okay?
Oh yeah, we absolutely could see that. That's yeah, okay. Now the other one, the 18-inch, did you found that yourself?
Absolutely. And we cast it up there.
Where? Now tell everybody where about. I mean, not exactly. I mean, pinpoint. I
Well,
want
Sonora
the coordinate.
Highway.
Yeah, I want the coordinates, please.
I don't even think they could
Sonora
find it
Pass
if you
area. I'll go
told
that
them.
far.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
that's a big area.
Sure.
And that's where this was cast. And between there and Mariposa, where I live, there was a Native American brought me a track, and it's on. I forgot now what page it's on that book you've got there, but it shows us 6 toes on the track.
Whoa.
And, that is very interesting. He went up there in a spiritual meet in this little lake where no one else goes. And he's seen these tracks alongside in the mud, alongside the lake, and they all had 6 toes. And there's 4 of them he cast, 2 right and 2 left. And that is not that far from where we were, but that also suggests to me that maybe there's some inbreeding going on, or who knows what causes 6 toes. There's a whole story about that too. 6 fingers, 6 toes. And
That's a freaking
It's in
Nephilim.
the-
I think
Goes in the
yeah.
Bible thing again.
I think Oprah Winfrey has 6 toes.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
She has a
Really?
Bigfoot butt,
Yeah, no, I'm
too.
serious. There's a picture, a real picture of her getting out of a car, and she has sandals on. I'll send it to you. I have it, and it shows that she has 6 toes.
well,
She has a
it's
Nephilim
not
butt.
that unusual, really, for people to have 6 toes, but it's strange. We
that-
get a lot of speculation about that. But
Right. Now the 18-inch foot cast that you have there. What was the elevation at?
8,400 feet.
Do you
That's up there.
so? Are they bigger higher up?
No, not necessarily.
No. Okay. Because that I've heard many stories
Well,
of.
they're higher up, I think, because that's where they go to stay cool in summer,
Right.
especially around the valley there, and that's also less people in the
Right.
woods way up there. They do migrate down. They follow the food. As long when they're in our dimension, they live by our rules. They can poop. They can bleed, everything, as long as they're here. And also, if they breed while they're here, I think the females probably have to stay here until the birth, and they can't enter. She can't go out of this dimension. That's what I just heard this weekend,
So
actually.
there's an interesting story from my tribe, the Cherokee tribe, and I don't know what I can't say the thing's name. Like Indian name for it or the Cherokee name. But he was a great hunter, and he married Indian maiden, one of the tribal, and the mother wanted her to marry a hunter, right? A great hunter. And he goes, well, I'm the great hunter. And he left a deer, right? Well, he got the girl pregnant. He would come in at night, and then he would leave before morning. It was making the mom mad, like, hey, how come he doesn't stick around so I can meet him, But he's like, your mom can't handle seeing me. But he would leave stuff. But then one day, the girl aborted the offspring that they had together, and the mom took the blood and everything from it and went and threw it in the river. And then that night when he showed up, he's like, where's our kid? And she said, well, my mom took it down to the river. And he's like, show me. And they go down there, and he finds a worm, a little worm is what the story says. And by the time they walk from the river to where she lived, it already was a baby.
Keep talking. And
then he said, okay, that the mother didn't treat our child right, so I'm not, you're gonna go live with me. Like, forget this. These people, they don't know how. They have no respect. So they took off, and then her brother came because he wanted to meet the husband, and he started tracking him because he was gonna follow him and catch up to him and meet the husband. He didn't care if they moved away. Well, as he's going along, he sees the tracks of a little kid. Okay, they stopped and camped, and he found the camp where they were, and then he found tracks of the Bigfoot or the hairy man or whatever, the lady, and then a little child. And then the next camp, the child actually was bigger, and then the next camp, it was even bigger, and then there was a baby, another baby child, right? And then finally he came to where they lived inside of a cave in a mountain. And he said the granite was too smooth for him to climb up into it. So he could see people dancing around in there and hear him singing and playing music. And then he called for his sister, and everything shut up quiet. And his sister came out and didn't have any problem with the granite. And the children came out with her, and he met the children. But only the dude would not, the husband wouldn't meet anyone. He said that it'll scare the life out of them. They can't see me, But the mother did finally see him, and he was in the teepee or whatever it was, but he was folded up. He did not fit in the teepee, and it said his feet were like up against the wall, going up the wall, and his knees were bent up, and his head was up against the wall, going up the wall. That's how big he was, right? And hairy. But yeah, man, it's weird. Like, he went and found the blood and found a worm, and the worm was actually the baby from them. At least that's the myth of the Cherokee on that one.
Wow.
I don't know if it could be true. I mean, the more I find, like, researching, like Ron, I research all the stuff that L.A. Marzulli and all those guys. Tim, what's his name? Tim. He hangs out with Steve Quayle and all those guys, but it says myth, but then the more you dig around, you're finding out that this stuff is real. You know what I mean? Like, they might be telling real stories, and it wasn't myth. It just seems out of this world, outlandish,
right. Let's talk about UFOs and Bigfoots. We get a lot of reports of Bigfoot sightings, and a lot of them say that it's weird that they witnessed these bright lights in the sky right near the sightings. So why do you think that?
Well, there could be a UFO connection with some of these types. It depends on what their creator was, because I think aliens have created some entities on this earth and manipulate the DNA of a primate, maybe to get a Bigfoot, manipulate the name of manipulate some type of a dog to get a dog man. There's so much advanced technology that's going on. We there has to be aliens doing this, cause
Right.
I mean I don't think we're doing it. We have the technology, but we've not that developed yet. And they're watching us. There's things going on. There's so much happening that we don't see, and you find this out through the quantum world. Uh, there's just all kinds of entities going on. How do you explain ghosts? You explain them. I explain them by vibrational frequency. Everything is, but they have not rose high enough to get to where they should go. They're stuck in there, and their vibrational frequency is out of our perception until they lower it again and gets in our perception a little bit, and they can't get out. That's just my thoughts on what ghosts might be. But aliens, UFOs, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, we've had some strange lights going on up there. I was just up there last summer, me and Carrie, my wife, and we're laying there in our tent, dark, wasn't no sleep yet. Open tent, beautiful night, 8,400 feet. And here comes this cylinder-like light, about 2 foot long, just manipulating right about 40 feet behind our tent through the trees. And my gosh, what do you do with that?
Right.
What's it all about?
Did
It
you
went
lose
down
time?
and just hovered about 100 yards from our. You could see it through the trees, and then it just dissipated. So we've had lights up there before. Carrie had never been there before, and a lot of times they'll test you with stuff like that, and it's just, what do you do? It was unidentified, and it was a flying object, so I guess you got to call it a UFO. But what
Absolutely.
could be in something that small? Little people.
Yeah, no kidding. With all the time that you've been up there, have you ever experienced missing time, crazy stuff like that?
I have not, that I know of. I mean, if you
Right.
missed it, you may have missed it. You just don't know. I have not. I've heard a lot of reports about people missing time, though, and that's something I think they can do. I tell you what, I had a minor operation on my back. Not an operation, but one of those shots, epidural shots, in your back years ago, down Fresno, actually.
Uh-huh.
And I missed some time then. They put me under. They put me under some kind of drug, and I mean, they wheeled me into this room, and I felt like I wheeled in, and I wheeled out almost immediately. But it wasn't. I mean, they had to have me in there for a few minutes anyway.
Right.
And that was pretty neat. I like that stuff. I said, I want some more of that, whatever it is. But you missed time.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's a drug. Really.
And they can do anything they want to you.
Yeah, they could.
It's like he was enjoying it. How did I know? No.
How to say you didn't get probed there, Mr. Ron?
Man, he probably did if he was in the hospital. They probed
Well,
something.
also sometimes people claim that they've been abducted by UFOs, and I have no doubt that can happen. Only because I know strange things exist now. I didn't used to be open to that at all. I was in the old classical three-dimensional environment and parameters that they box themselves into. You got to open your mind up to get a handle on what really is going on in the universe. And you take Einstein, Bohr, Planck, all these physicists, they have to go out of the three-dimensional paradigm to get into how things really work in the real universe, because it stops. It's only in the light frequency that you can understand things. That's why people have to think they got to see it with their eyes.
Right.
In classical science, it has to be duplicated by experiments. Well, and there's what it gets me to. A lot of people say, well, quantum theory is just a theory. Well, no, they need to understand what quantum theory is. If they can mathematically, and they do, establish a certain thing like a dimension or whatever, mathematically, you'll never see it. But the only way you disprove it is to disprove it mathematically. Otherwise, it's accepted by physicists. And that's what some people don't understand, is the difference between classical science and quantum science. Quantum science explains how the universe works, all the way from the smallest thing to the largest thing. Classical science, no, it doesn't explain everything. That's why the physicists have to get out of the box and into that quantum world. And I don't find a physicist that isn't open-minded. Classical science is closed-minded.
Right. They're the ones
They
trying
have
to
to
hide
measure
all the
things,
skulls
they have
and
to
bones.
experiment. If you can't see it, it's not real. Well, that's bull. They got their you know what? This convention I just came out of, They call it the woo convention because
Right.
it's woo-woo, right? Well, some people call it paranormal. Well, it's not woo. It's just something you got to understand how science really works, and it's a different world out there than what we're seeing. And even you get into the biblical stuff. Quantum physics says nothing is real until it's observed. Now, how do you get your head around that? Nothing's real until it's observed. Then you get into a scripture that says faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So, don't those two things kind of match?
Well, then your thoughts aren't real, because I
No,
didn't
your
see
thoughts
them.
are what can be real.
My
You can
thoughts
imagine-
aren't real either because I can't see them. You know what I mean?
Well-
Like that would, if you can't see it, it isn't real. So then our thoughts are not real because we can't see them. We could speak them, but still, you didn't see it go by when I said it.
Have you read the book
know?
yet, Al?
No, I
No,
haven't.
no.
I just got it just
Probably haven't
now.
had
You
a
know.
chance.
No,
Yeah.
There's a lot of this stuff is explained in my book. And,
Oh, cool! I can't wait.
No, he just
well,
got it. He just
I
got
hope
it.
you get it because he couldn't have had time to read it yet.
No. I just saw him today for the first time, and I just gave him the book a little while ago.
No,
So-
but only I read like everything. You know what I
trust me,
mean?
he's gonna read. Oh, trust me, this book will be done by tonight.
Oh yeah. But only I follow everybody on Facebook and trying to just trying to understand my own experiences, and then a lot of people come to us.
Yeah.
Like the First Nation people, a lot of people, and I mean like the portals that like Matt was in the Woo convention. They target the big thing I wanted to hear about, and I didn't hear not a peep hardly, was the portals, right? Opening and closing the portals. But according to the First Nation people around here and some of that I know, they tell me that's why all the Bigfoot masks have the whistle look, because they whistle, and they actually believe that a harmonic or a vibration or sound from their whistle could open the portal. And
That's a good theory, and that may be just what I was saying earlier, that they have the mechanism in their vocal cavity, their vocal cords, that can allow them to create a vibrational frequency that would cause them to cloak and get it. Portals, by the way, are being studied by NASA. There's a whole deal on portals in my book there too.
Cool.
Portals are not something I've seen that grin, but they're out there. They're just a magnetic anomaly, and that we are trying to understand now. There's so many things we don't understand, and yet you got some of these Bigfooters out there that think they're just a wood ape out there running around the woods. You just got to catch one, and they're, I should say, climbing up the wrong tree, putting the camera on the wrong tree or something. Like
Well, and let me tell you something. I place game cameras just like everybody else does. I actually put them up high enough to where people can't rip them off and bears can't get to them. And I know bears can climb trees, but we have situations where we place food for Bigfoots, and the food seems to disappear right in front of the camera, but yet the camera doesn't take the photograph of what took them.
And
But
sometimes 3 cameras,
Yes.
all aiming in the
Yes, but I can walk up to the camera
Nothing.
and all of a sudden click, 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 click. It gets me
Yeah.
walking in with my buddies and Ellen. But, we cannot get whatever is taking the food. We can't.
well, that's
Exactly.
explainable.
Yeah.
That's explainable.
Yeah. I mean, last year, I left something like 6 apples on a spot where I placed a camera at about 17 feet. I gaffed trees down. I placed the cameras high, facing downward. And they took the apples, but they peeled off the stickers that were on the apples and left the stickers there.
Yeah, like 10 apples. So there was 10 stickers.
Okay?
They
Is-
took
is
the
that- is
time
that-
to take off,
Is that freaking awesome or what?
but no
You know?
picture of them.
Yeah, it is. And, Alan wasn't there with my buddy Mike Keonis and his son. It's like the camera it sees the apples. All of a sudden, the apples are gone. It sees me walking up with, my buddies in the back with our guns and blah, blah, blah. We're looking around the camera. The apples are gone. But then we find the stickers peeled off and left there. Are you freaking kidding me? All right.
You know, Les Stroud, Survivor Man,
Yeah.
he had that happen.
Really?
And that got him in the little bit of the woo camp, I think. That he can't explain it. I mean, he had the camera watching himself, and it's one of the episodes he's got when he did his 6 Bigfoot takes. And prior to him doing that, he met with us actually and talked about Bigfoot. And I, of course, I'm in the camp where I understand some of this other strange stuff. You know, I think I do. And some of the other guys weren't, and he wasn't in that camp either. I mean, he was in a wood ape out there, and you got to find one. But I think he's changing a little bit now because he's had a strange thing happen, and that's what it takes for a lot of people. They will never get into I'm going to say it, the woo until something woo happens to them.
Exactly.
But the woo, I think, is surely going to turn into what? Because it's not going to be woo anymore. They're going to understand, and it's going to be what? How do you do that? And there is a science behind it, and that's what my book's all about.
All right. Well, hey,
it's going to be a good book.
Yeah,
I
it
can
is.
hardly
It is.
wait.
We've had you on for an hour, and I know you've been busy all weekend, and I know you're tired, so I'm going to let you go, and we're going to give away these 2 books after we leave you. Ron, thank you very much for coming on. Everybody go get his book, The Quantum Bigfoot. Ron Moorehead. There's going to be links. So we'll put them all over the place so you guys can go get his book. Ron, I'll get a hold of you tomorrow via Facebook, and let's get my camera crew up to your place when you're down here for Mariposa, and we'll do an interview for TV, and let's make it happen.
And talk about your book again.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Jeff.
All right. All right, Ron. Well, thank you very much.
You two guys.
Absolutely.
Again.
You have a good night. Take care. Go to sleep. I know you're tired.
Good night.
We'll see you later, Ron.
All right.
Thank
See ya.
you.
Bye. All right. That was Mr. Ron Moorehead, and let's click out of here.
I love
Okay.
that he
my
does that.
Facebook. What an idiot I am. Everybody hates me right now. I didn't plug in the power for my iPhone, so it died and it cut off.
Oh, so everybody has to go to live stream.
Yeah.
Darn.
Let me go back.
Man, I tell you what, you know, like, I wish I had like 3 hours with this guy, because it's like on my Facebook, I belong to these groups, okay? And I don't know how I got in I'm in like 100 of them, all the way from Bigfoot in England to, you know, Dogman. I wanted to ask Ron even, okay, when I first, you know, learned of Bigfoot and saw him like for the first time, it was something you got made fun of, and hardly anyone. Now, were they not talking about it?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We are back on. Hold on. We are back on Facebook. We lost power to the phone that was broadcasting, guys.
Oh.
So
I heard you have a 4-hour limit too. Did you know that?
What do you mean 4 hour?
On Facebook Live, 4 hours, and they cut you off. You have to once you reach the 4 hours, you have to.
We weren't on 4 hours, so we're okay.
Oh,
there.
I know that.
Yeah. So, but that sucks. So, so we just finished talking with Ron. You didn't miss much. If you want to catch the rest of it, you have to go to live stream. And I apologize for that, but we lost power on the Facebook Live part of it, and that's why we lost it. I hate when that happens. Again, I apologize for that. I wish, you know, I had people in here who could take care of all that for me, but unfortunately I don't. One of these days we will, but right now we don't. So, okay, so let's continue on with the show. Again, the book is The Quantum Bigfoot. Now, we're letting everybody get on Facebook Live right now. Let's let everybody catch up, so that way we can go ahead and give away the books, the 2 books that we have that are autographed by him. As a matter of fact, he autographed both books, Ron Moorehead did. And these are special edition because they're in color. The pictures are in color.
Yeah, I was noticing that when I was looking at it.
He only
here
printed
earlier.
200 in color.
Like you can see the color picture.
Yeah, he only printed 200 in color, and so when I got the 4 books, they were the ones in color. And like I said, he did autograph all 4 of them for us.
Autograph.
So we will, again, right now we're back on live stream. Let's wait till everybody gets back on that we lost, because I don't want to tell everybody to go ahead and call in as of right now. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the phone number. So that way you can write it down, because I told you that I was going to give it to you before we started and I didn't. Oops. The area code.
They would have started calling.
Yeah, well, actually, I printed something on Facebook. I typed it in Facebook, and somebody already called in from San Francisco. Hold on. Okay, the number is area code 559-287-8367. 287-8367, area code 559-287-8367. The last four numbers represent the letters UFOS. This is my 24-hour hotline, and this also is our call-in line for Sundays for the TV show, or for the internet show, I should say. Have this number now going on over 10 years.
And I've been around like 8 of them, and I still can't remember that number. You know,
and you wonder why we get a lot of cool stories, a lot of cool cases, a lot of cool videos, a lot of cool pictures. Is because I have this phone number. It is out there. When you type in paranormal hotline, this number does come up as one of the top 2, I think, if not the number 1. I get calls from all over the United States, not just here locally where we are at. And that's why we get a lot of cool stuff, guys. It's
plus
not
there's
that
nobody else.
No,
I mean, there is other people saying they could call them and email them, but nobody does.
Yeah.
You know, not that much. They call here for sure.
Right. So that's why we get a lot of cool, like I said, a lot of cool cases, a lot of cool pictures, a lot of videos, because a lot of people send them to me, guys. Seriously, we get, and that is the reason. All right. So we're going to wait again, probably for another 15 minutes before we give away these couple of books that we have from the Quantum Bigfoot, Ron Moorehead.
See, I have a question. I was thinking about it before he came on to ask him, like when you ask him about UFOs, you know, UFOs, they come in flaps. You know what I mean? Like here, for instance, a couple of years ago, almost every day, you know, there was UFOs and people with videos and pictures, and I mean, then all of a sudden, nothing. Okay. With Bigfoot, it's like a few reports. Okay, a few reports, and every year is a little bit more and a little bit more, and in a different state than it used to be. It used to be that they were only seen in like a few states. Now they're in Texas and almost in every state they're in now, and being seen more and more and more. Like, okay, is there more of them, or has Facebook and everything made the world so small that, you know, you hear about it more? You know what I mean? Like, they were always there, you just didn't hear about it. But only now, you know, and now there's this new phenomenon. I mean, it's not new. The Dog Man.
Now, he mentioned Dog Man. Did you realize that? You know, where are all these creatures coming from?
That's what I want to know.
Obviously, somebody is making them.
Or bringing them.
Or bringing them, right? Or dropping them off.
Uh-huh.
We had a werewolf or dog man sighting 3 weeks ago. East of Fresno, east of Sanger, California. You guys, seriously, swear to the guy above on a Bible.
See, right? I heard of him. I've talked to people that seen him around Oakhurst area too. And I mean, this was like, I don't know, 10 or 11 or 12 years ago.
Right.
They thought it was a werewolf. And then that, I mean, there was somebody warning me that when I'm out in the woods, they're not nice. Okay, like Bigfoots might be nice. These things aren't nice. They are mean. And then now, there's people saying that there's different Bigfoots, like some are mean. Absolutely eat your lunch. And then the other ones are, like your best friend.
I wouldn't trust any of them.
I don't.
We don't know what they are, who they are, what they will do to you. just
Some people think they do, and then what? Okay, what if I'm Bigfoot? Don't worry, Jeff. I'm not going to
not
do
hurt
anything to you. You know, I could go invisible and make you lose time and everything, but I'd never do anything bad to you. You know, like I wouldn't eat your baby or nothing. Like, would you believe that if somebody was standing there and you knew he was a 3-time murderer?
No.
Right, but you don't know nothing about these things at all. Like, that would be like a stranger walking up and say, "I'm your best friend, you know, buddy."
Right. Right. No, I agree. I would not trust something that I don't know anything about. Would you let a stranger into your house just because, you know, he comes to the door being friendly? And no, you don't.
But you have clues.
Sure.
Like Ron was talking about Cain and Abel. He thinks that possibly that line comes from the Cain line. Well, if it's the Cain line, then you know what that means?
Not good.
Yeah, that means like that's that's the one God was against. That was the one, you know, that's the one where everything bad kind of rooted from, right?
Right.
So
all those who are just popping on a Facebook Live, we lost power on the Facebook side. Now we're back up. We apologize. We probably only lost about 5 minutes of Ron Moorehead. If you guys were watching Ron Moorehead a little bit ago, you didn't miss much. We just pretty much signed off and told everybody where you can get your... don't call in yet, you guys. Arizona, USA, don't call. We're getting calls on the hotline right now. Don't call in as of yet. We're not giving away the books as of yet. We're waiting until more people...
yeah, because we dropped the live on Facebook, so we're
Live.
letting everybody figure out that it's back on and be on again.
Yeah, James.
Just to give everybody.
James Pinedo's pretty much said it was Obama's fault. I say that's exactly what happened. He cut me off, even though he's on a yacht right now with Tom Hanks and Oprah Winfrey.
What?
Yeah, did you know that? Obama is on a yacht with with Oprah Winfrey and Tom Hanks.
Where do they like?
And
to make Oprah the president?
They're in the Caribbean someplace in a gazillion you know, he's living it up right now with them. So think about that.
It must be nice.
You know, why all of a sudden is Obama in cahoots with Oprah Winfrey and Tom Hanks? Are they just close friends? I never really did see Tom Hanks, you know, go up to the White House and cruise up and go and have a beer with Obama or anything like that. Why all of a sudden now?
I know they're all against one person, though.
Well, sure.
They pretty much
are
threw
they
that out.
Do you think maybe, because I've heard rumors that Oprah Winfrey was going to run in 2020. Is this now the beginning stages of the comeback of
the reptilian?
Well, I didn't say that, but yeah,
I mean the 6-toed reptilian. You know, like you already said, she had 6 toes. That means her bloodline. Is going that way,
go and Google that, because you know I was talking to Ron Moorehead about Oprah Winfrey's having the 6 toes. You know, we talk, I mean, in this show, we talk about crazy stuff. We talk about paranormal, supernatural, conspiracy theories, and that is one of the conspiracy theories that is out there, that Oprah Winfrey is one of the Nephilim breed, hybrid, whatever.
Controller.
Somebody actually took a picture of her getting out of a vehicle. She had sandals on, and you could see 6 toes on one of her
Man, there's another one too that's famous. A lady, she played the Catwoman. What's her? Halle Berry.
Oh, Halle. Oh,
she has
really?
6 toes too.
Ooh. So go anyway. Go Google that for Oprah Winfrey 6 toes on Google and go to images. That picture will come up. It's not fake. It's there. It is the real deal. You know, all these elite, they're all in cahoots, man. They're all together. They've always been.
And a lot of them, even if they like, if you look back in their bloodline or you know their ancestry, they're rich because of that. You know what I mean? Like they got all the perks in Hollywood and everything. They were already belong to that royal line.
Yeah,
you know?
Oh yeah.
And you're like, man, what a lucky dog. No, it wasn't. There was no luck. You know what I mean? That was all
planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Obama, that was not luck.
No.
That guy didn't just fall into the presidency.
He was put there.
Yes.
He was absolutely groomed and put there by the guys, all the people above, which we call the elite.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And if you don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you because it's true. All right. Well, let's continue on with the paranormal subject. Obviously, we had Ron Moorehead. For those who missed it, there is another video on my wall right below this one with Ron Moorehead. What happened is this video would all be one, but we lost power on the Facebook side, so we had to reboot, and that's why we are now on the second video. But we had Ron Moorehead, who happens to be a friend of ours. He's been on the show a couple of times before. Been investigating the Bigfoot phenomena for, he said, over 50 years.
I mean, we've talked to his daughter. We've had
great
them all.
stories.
Yeah.
And he put out a book, which is called The Quantum Bigfoot, which is right here, Ron Moorehead. We have 4 copies. 2 belong to Ellen and myself, so we have 2 left over that we're going to give away that are autographed. We're going to be giving them away in approximately, another 15 minutes. And because we're waiting for people on Facebook to come in and rejoin, because we lost a lot of them prior to the video that we had going on with Ron Moorehead on the interview. So for those who were watching that interview, we only had 5 minutes left afterwards, so you didn't miss much. So don't think you missed a lot, because you didn't. All right, guys. So let the number that we're going to be 2 books we're going to be giving away in a couple of minutes here, 15 minutes or 10 minutes to be exact. The number for those who I typed it out on Facebook, but for those who are watching us on live stream, here we go. The number is area code 559. Don't call right now. All right, 559-287-8367. 559-287-8367. The last 4 numbers of that phone number represent the letters UFOS. I planned it that way when I ordered it over 10 years ago, so that way it could be stuck in your brain. Because the next time you want to call me because you see something floating up in the sky, call that number. I'll answer it personally. All right. Also,
they have on here that Bigfoots can walk on their bellies, or like they get down low, and I found so much evidence of that you won't believe it. Like,
what do you mean on
like
the
when
bellies?
we go out to the spot, and and I'm looking for tracks and everything like that, but I find a lot of areas like there's especially in like Memorial Day, springtime, which is kind of coming up. I won't find tracks. I will, but only a belly crawl actually leads me to them. Like the belly crawl comes up within 70 feet or 50 feet of the camp or the road, and then it goes off, and then when it's out of sight, then you see the tracks going away. And sometimes it throws me because you're not looking for a like a flattened grass down thing. I'm looking for tracks, and then I find this. It looks like something slid down the hill on its belly, but really that's where the Bigfoot crawled. Oh. Because when I get to the end of the slide or the flattened grass, then I find Bigfoot tracks.
So we're talking military dude. I mean,
yeah, like sneaky dude, and that's how I don't trust him. That's how I'm always scared when I'm there, and everybody like Ron and everybody, they can reassure me all they want. But only I seen how fast they are. I seen how big, and I seen them move. So you know what? It's going to take a lot for me to not always be on guard and a little bit afraid of these things.
Right. So,
especially after King Kong.
Yeah, remember that. I always remember that. So for those who are watching us on Facebook Live right now, and on live stream, for those who don't know, I'm going to promote our show on TV. It is called Paranormal Central. It is a TV show on Saturday nights at 12 o'clock midnight on the CW channel down here in central part of California. Only at this time. We are now at the 10th episode. We're going 26 episodes. And eventually you'll be able to view them. I think what's happening is, you guys have to understand, is that we're trying different things on this TV show deal.
Yeah, it's not the talk
it's
show.
not the
like
talk
one we did
show.
before.
It's something you would see on TV. It's stories with reenactments. That's basically what that TV show is all about. But we're, if we had a budget and if we had a contract, then we would be doing what we're doing here, plus the reenactments, plus everything else, all in one. And that's what I believe the show would be all about. But unfortunately, we just don't have that availability as of yet. Give us some time. I know there's a lot of people around the world who keep bugging us, and I appreciate that. What about us out here in the East Coast where we can't get the CW there? Eventually, we will have it up so you can see all the episodes. Just give us some time, and that's all I can say at this point right now. Because we're, like I said, we're trying out some different stuff on TV. We're working out some bugs. We're working on some new stuff. But you're not missing much right now. Okay, guys, trust me when I say that.
You're getting more here than
Yeah,
there.
you're getting more here, basically.
In fact, I think about just about every show the TV put on, we've talked about 3 or 4 times here and more in depth than they ever got on TV.
Right. Yeah, definitely. There has been a couple of episodes that have been really, really good. Like, for example, Adolf and Joe the Bigfoot. Those have been probably just the ones that really stick out in my mind, where the reenactments were really awesome. But, for those who have stuck around here in the past and watched Adolf tell his story, well, then you have the gist of it on that situation. Now, Joe the Bigfoot, that was pretty much a solid episode. He pretty much, he threw his guts out for the world to see, for what he experienced, for what he witnessed, and it was a very emotional episode. It was just him talking. That was it. So maybe what I need to do is get him in here to come in and sit down and tell everybody what he experienced. I don't know if he'll be able to reproduce it that night around the campfire, and I think maybe you'll probably just have to wait for that. We'll see what happens, but again, give us time. So let's go ahead and let's talk about some other stuff. We have about 30 minutes left.
Drew Carey has 6 toes.
Drew Carey?
Yeah.
I want pictures.
Whoa.
I want pictures. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and...
I heard they cut them off. Doctors do.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and let's take the 20th caller right now at 559-287-8367. 559-287-8367. Let's give away the book, the Quantum Bigfoot, right now. I need to get a paper out, and so we can start getting names and numbers. Actually, I have it right here. So, all right. Again, we don't have a call screener. We don't have somebody who's going to be answering the phones. It's going to be me. All right. Right now, if you want an autograph book by Ron Moorehead, The Quantum Bigfoot, be the 20th caller right now. San Francisco is calling in. Hello, San Francisco. You're calling number 1. Try again.
We're taking number 20. You got to use that rotary dial quick. I heard somebody was on a rotary dial.
North Carolina. Oh, hold on. North Carolina, you're number 2. Sorry, try again.
Okie doke. Rolling wild.
We are Rhode Island.
Maybe we'll be able to call in already.
We are right now.
Okay.
Rhode Island, you are number 4. Sorry, call again.
Like rats. 4. Can I be 20 if I read
Again, the number is 559-287-8367. Fresno, you are the 6th caller. Try again. Sorry.
Right on, brother.
That's Mike. That's Mikey on his. I know his voice. Arizona, you are number 7. Please, or number 8. Please try again.
It's Arkansas.
Oh, sorry. San Francisco, you're not the right caller. Call again, please. Willington, Delaware, you are the 11th caller. Please try again.
It's like, oh shit.
Damn it. 209 area code.
Hi, is this Jeffrey?
This is Jeffrey, but you're the 14th caller. Try again.
I will. This is Debbie. Bye.
Bye.
She's happy? Is that what she said?
I know. She, okay. Call, hold call, in call and enter.
Oh,
Is this San Francisco?
No, this is Sonora.
Sonora, please call. Try again. Sorry, bud.
Darn.
New Jersey? Who's this? Who's this?
Hello?
Hello, who's
Jeffrey.
this? Hey, who's this?
This is Isaac, pal.
Oh, dude, sorry, man. It's number 18.
Hi,
I'll
Isaac.
try again.
Okay, thanks.
Bye, Isaac.
Who's this?
Hi, this is Ed.
You're number 19. Please try again.
That figures.
And the wiener is, who's this?
This is Yvette.
Yvette?
Yes.
Where are you calling from?
Katy, Texas.
Teddy, Texas?
Katy, Texas.
Katy? Katy?
Like
Katy,
Katy.
Texas. All right, Katy. Well, you are the winner of the first book.
Yes, thank you.
You are very welcome. Autographed by Ron Moorehead himself. Color, copy original, only 200 printed. You will get one. So do me a favor. What's your name again?
Yvette.
Yvette. All right. Let me...
Could
Actually,
she text you
no,
that?
what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull her off the air
Oh,
here.
oh, there you go.
There you go. All right. Yvette, right? Okay. I took your you're not on the air anymore. So give me your address. Spell your first name actually first. Okay. And your last name?
I would freak. If somebody called and all we heard was growling on the other end,
Did you say Sanchez?
that would freak me out.
SANCHEZ. Got it. Okay, your address?
Don't repeat
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Really, huh? You want me to zoom on his hand?
Did you say Florence Drive? Oh,
I
Forest
could almost
Drive.
hear her.
Okay. Oops, sorry.
That's how good my microphone is.
Applewood. Okay, so hold on. Let me put you on silent. Okay, keep it away. Okay, so you said 6319 Applewood Forest Drive. That's all. Okay. Okay. 77494. Okay, so let me get this 77494. So the address is 6319 Applewood Forest Drive in Katy, Texas.
Can they hear? Can they hear you? They can hear you on the Facebook.
No, they can't because I muted this.
Oh.
Okay, got it. All right, I'll be sending you this book with this week. Okay. Thank you. See ya. Bye.
I think everybody heard.
Okay, really? Well, okay. All right, stop calling, everybody. That's it. We have the winner for the first book. She's Yvette Sanchez out of Katy, Texas. Okay, I've never heard of Katy, Texas, but there you go. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Katy, Texas. Stop calling Rhode Island. Sorry. And Wisconsin and San Francisco and Delaware and North Carolina and with everybody all over the United States.
all over the map, dude.
That's right. Appreciate it, you guys. Okay, we already gave away the first book. I know people are pissed off, and I am so sorry. But okay. So let's continue on with the paranormal subjects. We might probably go over a little bit here. We're gonna give away the other book. Okay, Cincinnati, Ohio. We already have a winner. Sorry. Stop calling, please, people. I appreciate it. Stop calling people. in Cincinnati, Ohio. We just gave away the first book. All right, let's talk about solar flares. I believe this happened on Friday. Did you guys all realize? You guys know? I don't know if you guys talked about it on the news or not, but we had 3 regional power outages. One in New York, one in San Francisco, and one in Long Beach, and sort of kind of, I understand, in LA as well, but I'm not sure about that.
On the same day.
All on the same day. Now, let's talk now. People were saying, oh, it was just a coincidence. It was a slow news day. You know, they had to talk about it because there's nothing else was going on. I don't think it was a coincidence, you guys. It's blocked. I don't think it was a coincidence. I really don't. I think it was meant to happen. I don't know who did it, but now there could be a couple of theories behind this. One, solar flares. We are getting hit right now, and tomorrow we are getting hit by some solar winds that did that occur on Friday? I don't think so. A lot of people say, okay, was it North Korea? Or were they trying out some things that, like a test run of some type? I believe, I wrote it down on the April the 24th through the 26th, which is going to be tomorrow through the 26th. New York and New Jersey is having a test. They're doing a training drill. It's called Operation Gotham Shield. It is supposedly what would happen if they got hit by a 10K nuke bomb. And they are doing training right now in New York and New Jersey. Isn't that like a coincidence that we had the power outage on Friday in New York, of all places, where a lot of people were stranded, especially the subways, all right? Pretty scary when you're in a subway underground and all of a sudden it stops and all the lights go out. It's not like they have backup power generators to turn that thing back on. You're dead in the water, all right? There's no way to get you out of there. While you can walk out of there. I don't know how long they were in the dark for, but they really kept it at the low key. Not that many people were talking about it. I posted it right away as soon as I found out about it on my Facebook wall. I'm at 5,000 people already, but I suggest you guys follow me because I am one of the top 3 in the United States who get the stuff faster than the media does. All right? Sometimes I even beat Alex Jones and everybody else because I have my sources.
Man, what happened to Alex Jones? Dude, all of a sudden I see a picture and a story saying that he's acting.
Well,
the whole thing's a big act.
Well, okay, this is what's happening with Alex Jones, and I'm not going to talk bad
Is
about
he, like,
Alex Jones
sliding in the
because
numbers?
I don't want him to talk bad about me.
Right.
But I'm just going to tell you what happened. Is right now he's going through some court situations with his ex on child custody situations. Okay, so what's happening is
he's freaking out.
No, he's not freaking out. What's happening is his lawyer trying to persuade the judge or the jury or whoever, the other side, that he's not whacked out the way he is. He's not crazy. He's acting it all out for the show. This is what he does for a living. So don't take what he takes seriously. So that way the judge is not thinking, okay, he's not whacked, let's give him custody or whatever. That's what his lawyer said. The word got out. And that's what everybody is talking about. Even CNN, MSNBC, everybody. Because nobody likes him because of the ratings this guy gets. Mm-hmm. This guy is all out everywhere. Sometimes he gets stuff quicker than, CNN and Fox News. And they hate him because he has connections supposedly everywhere, even in the Trump administration. Laredo, Texas, we already got a winner. Sorry, stop calling.
Sorry.
Yeah. And so when this came out, that his lawyer said to the judge that he's acting is out. He's only an actor. He doesn't believe in all this gibberish that he talks about. Word got out. All right. So he probably went, oh, snap. Why did you say that? Well, he had to. It either his kids or trying to get his kids back, or, whatever he's going to have to do to get his kids back.
So the other attorney for the ex is saying he's whacked.
Whacked out.
You can't have your kids.
You can't
'cause
have
you're
your kids
whacked.
because you believe in this.
And
You
that's
believe
his
9/11, blah,
defense.
blah, blah, blah. And that's what their defense is. So his lawyer had to come out and say, no, that's not the case. He is acting. This is his job. He's an actor. And this is what is happening right now.
Man, that could kill him.
Okay,
Like it could hurt.
It could hurt him big time. So if you know Alex Jones, and if you have been following him for so long, you believe what you want to believe. But I'm just telling you, this is what's up with him. And that's why the word is out that he's just acting. He's been lying. It's not the case. This is what his attorney told the other side, because it's a child custody type of situation going on with him. So that's all. That's what's happening with Alex Jones. So let's go back to the training that's going on in New York starting tomorrow. Actually, it's been going on from April the 18th to May the 5th.
Well, I already got my throwaway cell phones in a Faraday cage. I already got all the things, some walkie-talkies. I mean, I've been getting ready for this because I also there's a guy that had a prediction in
talking
80.
about-
His name is Henry.
Not blind, is he?
No, his name's Henry Groover, and he's been all over the world. God shows him stuff, and I didn't believe him, but only I checked him out, all his stories, and most everything that he predicts usually is 10 years out and has all come true. The last one, the latest one that hasn't come true yet is he saw submarines off the coast, both coasts, and them nuking. It was Russian. He saw the sickle, and and they nuked California, and they set off some EMTs and
EMPs.
Yeah, EMPs, and he described it like in 1989. Okay, that's what he saw. And then it didn't really come on anybody's radar. He did a video and a few things. Didn't go on anybody's radar until recent. All of a sudden Russia's flying by Alaska, all this, saber rattling going on, and it looks like maybe something could happen, and Russia could be behind it.
Now, a lot of people say that, Trump and Russia are in cahoots with each other since the very beginning with the elections and all this. I really never thought that to be factual. I still think we're not friends with Russia. I don't think we've ever been. The theories out there that they hacked the elections, bull crap. They never did that. There's no way you can hack the elections. Now, could you put out false information to help one side with the other? Sure. Could the emails have been stolen by the Russian hackers, by Hillary having the servers in her basement? Sure, that could have helped the other side.
Could she have been the one helping them get the information to start a war?
I don't know. I don't know. But I would say this week is going to be interesting. I would suggest that, oh my gosh, Rhode Island, we already have a winner. Stop calling, please. Rhode Island.
Maybe they want to tell a story.
Oh, well, not right now. Hold on. Okay, so this week is going to be interesting. Like I said, they're having, I don't want to say training, but they're having drills. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Drills in New York and New Jersey on a EMP nuke hitting them. Guess what happened during 9/11? FEMA had set up camps and were doing drills just down the ways from the Twin Towers when the attack occurred.
And for that. And for airplanes hitting the Twin
okay,
Towers.
now that I don't know. I wasn't
No, it
aware.
is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So, same thing with Sandy Hook. They were doing drills down the road from Sandy Hook when the shooter...
And for that.
Okay, so take that, you guys, and input that into your brain. because it's not the first time this has happened where they're drilling someplace. And when I'm saying drilling, I'm not into the ground, but they're having training, and then all of a sudden something occurs right then and there nearby. Everything is already set there, ready to go. All of the equipment, medical personnel, military possibly are already there. So is it our government doing this, or do they know that North Korea, Russia has, inside, oh my gosh, Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, we already got a winner. Stop calling, please.
They're using rotary.
They're hitting speed out. Speed out.
Their fingers are wore out, but only that's how long it took them to die.
Danny goes, every time somebody calls, have a drink. I wish I had some alcohol in here right
man.
now. I'd be drunker than crap right now. But all right. So I would be looking for a false flag. Yes, you are right, Alan McGill. Possibly a false flag might happen this week because you have solar flares that have already been broadcasted on the media. And then you already have the media telling everybody about these drills that are occurring in New York and New Jersey for a possible EMP bomb. So I would say expect something to happen this week. All right? Not trying to scare you, but I'm giving you the signals, the signs. Be aware. All right? Be aware. Okay. Yeah, you better feel special, Alan. Okay, so let's continue talking. Let's talk about our little incident that Fresno had last Tuesday. Our own little terrorist hit that we had here in Fresno, California.
Oh, yeah.
You guys hear about that?
Yeah.
All right. One guy in downtown Fresno decided to take out his .357, which I believe it was the caliber that he had, and started to go on a shooting rampage. And
saying Allah Akbar or whatever.
Which he did say at the very end.
Yeah.
He chose Caucasians, white people. Three white men, actually 4. He shot somebody a week before. He was a security officer at a location on Blackstone in Fresno, and he killed him first. And on the following Tuesday, he went downtown and just started walking up to people and pulling the trigger. I know that he was definitely looking for white people. How do I know that? Well,
he said
in the PG&E truck, one of the deceased was a PG&E employee who had just recently got the job. He was on a ride-along. He was a passenger in a pickup. The driver happened to be Hispanic, Mexican. And this dude, Muhammad, didn't shoot the driver, but shot the passenger because he happened to have been bald, looked white. Obviously, he was white and skinhead, so obviously he took him out. How do you feel? How do you feel when the guy comes up to the window and looks at you, the driver, and bypasses you and shoots your ride along, and did that because you were Mexican, right?
So he let the other dude live?
Yeah, because he was Mexican. He went up to a car who had a mother.
Well, if he would have been a light Mexican, he would have been dead.
Probably, but I guess he looked Mexican enough to say, not you, you. And
Wow.
He went up to a car that had a mother and a daughter in it, and they were both Mexicans again, and he bypassed them and continued. He actually pointed the gun inside the window and said, "No, okay, not you guys," and walked away because they were Mexican. Now, first off, I thought this was a terrorist attack because of the name of the person. What he was doing was shooting nothing but white people, especially one in front of a Catholic Charities Center. Right away, terrorists don't like Christians, for one thing. So I took that into consideration as well. And then he used the name Allah Akbar at the very end. But usually, though, you say that at the very beginning before you shoot somebody. But you have to understand that we weren't there when he was blowing these people away. He could have said that prior to killing these people. He said it right in front of Chief Jerry Dyer, I believe. So they're saying it was a hate crime. I don't think that's what the case at all. I think it was. I think it was
partly.
Sure, but all terrorists. You consider all terrorists to be haters,
Right.
right? So are you going to say the next time a last name with a Muhammad, he yells Allah Akbar and shoots another 10 white people? Is that going to be a hate crime? Okay, you can't start saying that every single one of these is going to be a hate crime. You can't. All right, there was a reason for this. Is he a sleeper cell, maybe? I always thought in my heart that Fresno was going to get hit eventually because we do have a lot of here living in Fresno. We do.
They have in fact, the guy belonged to the mosque right in front of the college.
Fresno State?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So take all that into consideration, but they are downplaying it big time, you guys. Big time. Even the AP News stated that they took it being a possible terrorist hit and really downplayed it big time. So you take all that for what it's worth. I say it's going to continue. You guys just need to be careful. I mean, come on. I mean, the PG workers were just doing their freaking job, and somebody comes up to your window and just,
Yeah,
you know,
that's not cool.
that's just wow.
That's why I believe everyone should be able to pack,
Yeah. Well,
carry a gun.
that will never happen to employees as of in PG&E or AT&T. I work for AT&T. For those who don't know, they'll never allow it. They don't even allow us to carry knives with us, just because you
Can't have a box cutter.
Well, now that we do in our, because we have to cut cable
Yeah.
and stuff. So we have the, screwdrivers and stuff like that. So that's the only thing I have to protect myself is what I have in my tool belt. If I'm wearing a tool belt and something like this happens, I can reach into my tool belt and grab something to defend myself. But that's all I have.
But see, like if everyone was able to carry a weapon, concealed weapon.
Mm-hmm.
These guys wouldn't be so bold. I mean, here he is downtown with all kinds of people walking around. That guy would have been Swiss cheese. I mean, maybe one guy would have died, but that guy would have been full of holes from everyone else. See now,
but now you're talking every single person. That will never happen.
I mean, it should. I mean, as many as possible, because then, like these gun-free zones, they should get rid of it.
Well, look at what
like if there could have been nobody with a gun out there, but he don't know that.
Shoot.
You know what I mean? Like
Cheryl,
you're not going to go shooting people if
Cheryl,
you think people shoot back.
Cheryl, bring in Christian's backpack for me, please. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I agree. But it's like, when your time is up, your time is up, man. I mean, but I would like to. What I fear the most is for my kids.
Right.
That's who I fear the most. And it's like,
And they're in a gun-free zone, and your wife too.
In a gun-free zone, but
That's the part. I mean, it's gun-free to everybody that's law-abiding.
right.
The ones that don't care, they know it's a gun-free zone, and they could go in there and raise havoc and kill people before they get killed.
Right. I had a question from my cousin Lindsay. She said, "Why not have PG have concealed weapons?" Well, it's the reason is lawsuits. The reason is accidentally discharging, actually shooting somebody who you think is going to rob you and they don't, and they're asking you a question and you freak out and you pull a weapon and you shoot them. It's all about lawsuits and liability. That's the reason why concealed weapons will not be ever probably issued to people in my.
I think he's protected just by all the crap he has in it that he doesn't clean out.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But see, like if
Ow.
I'm not talking about the workers having the guns. I'm talking about the regular old Joes walking around out there. Maybe such and such on his lunch. They could have killed him before he shot 2 more people.
Right. I will get a concealed weapons permit here probably pretty soon now. only because of what I do for a living. My face is going to be plastered it's already plastered on TV, and there are people who don't like what I do, especially religious fanatics, for example, because, we believe in God and Jesus, and we talk about the Bible, but when you start talking about paranormal subjects that counteract, with that type of religion, people get pissed.
Yeah.
And they could very well take it out on me.
Well, they do in emails already.
Yeah. We
get I've gotten threatened already a few times.
Yeah. We
like, you can't believe in God,
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah. So we get hammered big time as it is, and trust me when I say we get it bad. Now, the reason I had my wife bring in my son's backpack is, I for those who follow me on Facebook know what I did for Christmas is I actually I went out and like Alan was saying, schools are gun-free zones, which means nobody has a weapon on the school grounds, not unless you're a high school and you have a security guard, a police that are armed.
Yeah,
And
like,
some are.
Clovis School District has cops on that. They only have like 3 of them, but you don't know where they're going to be at what school, and they do have weapons.
Right. So, but not elementary schools, guys, or junior high schools. They don't have armed guards. They just don't. So what happens if some idiot comes in with a pistol or a rifle or whatever and starts going to town like Sandy Hook, if you believe Sandy Hook happened? All right. So I did some research, and I actually went online. And what do kids carry every day? I'm going to put this down so you can see it real quick. Hold on. What do kids carry every day to school? Every single kid has one, and it's a backpack. All right. So
what is that? A Kevlar one?
So what I did is I went and purchased Kevlar.
Oh, and you put it in
and
there.
you slide it in. Okay.
That's a good idea.
It's a Kevlar bulletproof for backpacks. And this one here is it's a level 3A, which will stop a 44, 357. It's one of the better kind. And all you do...
Knock the dog shit out of you, but you'll live.
Yeah.
Right.
And all you do is you slide it right in there like a book, and there it is. So you get it on Amazon, man. Bulletproof. They cost about $89 a piece.
Really?
Yeah. So I actually bought 4. I bought one for my son who is now going to be in junior high, and I bought also Andrew who's in college. He has a backpack that he takes every day to school, and he has it in his backpack. So in case, people were making fun of me for doing this. Seriously, people were really making fun of me. And to the part that they say, well, why don't you just homeschool him then if you're that scared? That's not the point. The point is, a what if? What if? What if they're walking home? What if they're in the bus and there's a shootout where gangs, just a what if?
The walking home probably,
yeah.
Just recently, and I think in Fresno again, a little girl, a baby, like 3 years old, was in the car.
John.
Gang pulls up next to it and starts a shootout right in their own apartment complex. Right. And the little girl got shot in the face.
Right. John was going, this guy, John Roseland, goes, test it on the show. No, I don't think so. But so basically.
Call the kid out. We'll do it. No.
So basically I showed, my son, Christian, if for some reason it ever happens, he's to kneel down and put this in front of him like this.
Yep.
To cover his head and his upper body. If there's a shootout and he needs to run like this. Put
it on his back and take off.
Well, you want to cover the head though. You want to cover the head.
You just put it on and duck down and take off.
Yeah, but so anyways, I did that.
Kevlar hat.
Yeah. So I actually bought 2 for my nephews. I only have 2 nephews, Parker and Sarah, and I purchased them for Christmas as well. So they all have Kevlar in their backpacks. Again, it's something now that I can say that I still worry, but the worry factor has dropped a lot now since I know they have this in their backpacks, because you never know. All right. So for the persons who make fun of me, all right, let's continue on. Hawaii is been on alert lately for because North Korea is they're like really want to nuke us really bad, but they can't seem to get their rockets to fire or to go up pretty high for some reason. They keep malfunctioning. Now, let's talk about that. Are the rockets being shot down by something? Maybe is it the reason why they're not really? They're all, I want to say, malfunctioning because they're getting shot up and all of a sudden they come back down, they crash. They're, are we using technology on the rockets? Are we shooting them out?
I think we are. I think we stopped, what's his name? The little North Korean guy. I think we did something to his rocket.
I think, and every time they shoot one, it seems to fall out of the sky for some reason.
Yeah.
And you guys all, we've had James Fox on the show many of times, and one of his movies, Out of the Blue, or I Know What I Saw, I'm not sure which one it was, but he has on there where they're shooting a rocket out of Edwards Air Force Base, I think, and they had somebody professionally come in, the military did, to film it, just
is that what it is? Okay, there we go.
Just to go back and watch it and all that kind of stuff, and the thing blew up in the air. And when they went to go back and look at the footage, they had to slow it down really a lot because they witnessed this saucer-shaped object come out of nowhere while this rocket is taking off 1,000 miles an hour. This UFO, while this rocket is going up, circles the top of this rocket and shoots a laser at it.
Like several times, too.
Right? And then the UFO takes off and the rocket goes, or I don't know if it goes down or it explodes right there then.
It starts exploding.
It starts exploding. Yeah. And they're going, what the hell did we just witness? And the military personnel called in the guy who actually had the company who filmed it, and they said, we just saw something on the film. Can you please explain this? And he's going, whoa, what the hell was that? And they had no idea. They just hello? Well, that video is out there, guys. It is on YouTube. Just type in rocket.
UFO blows up rocket.
Rocket, yeah.
Oh, there's another one, too. Remember the one we were showing a while back? And it showed the rocket on the pad sitting there. And then the UFO flew in, shot it up, and flew out, and then the rocket blew up.
Wow. And so...
I mean, we did it. That was on our... We showed that one.
Did we? I think I remember that one. We did so many shows, dude, I can't remember.
I know.
So, all right. Let's give away the other book.
Yeah, my power went out, guys, on the thing. But it's okay. We only got a couple minutes left.
Yes. So let's go ahead and give away the other book, The 25th Caller, at 559-287-8367. 559-287-8367. Call in right now. 25th Caller.
He's a mean Bigfoot.
And, I need paper. So go for it. Start calling. Christina, don't worry about it. I'll get you a book later. Oh, sorry. And the first one is from North Carolina. North Carolina, you're the first caller. Please try again.
Based on that number two.
Answer. Know how to answer. San Francisco, you're number 2. Please try again.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
He's like, damn, that was the second.
Oh, that might have been Isaac.
Yeah. He's like, dang it.
North Carolina, you are number 3. Please try again.
Wow, they started calling quick. You guys are quick. We live in the rotary zone.
Who's this? Hello, who's this?
Johnny.
Hello?
Yeah.
Who's this? Where are you calling from?
North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Sorry, number 4. Please try again.
Okay.
And
What
hello,
number?
you're on the air. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Doug.
Who's this?
It's Doug.
Doug, where are you calling
Doug.
from?
Cincinnati. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Sorry, buddy. Try again. You're number 8.
Thank you.
What number did you say?
25.
25. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair
hello,
to
who's
make it
this?
number 5. Really, it ain't.
Hello? Hello, who's this? Oh. Hello, Oregon, who's this? Oregon, your number... Oh, crap. You're just hanging up on me left and right.
They're
Answer.
like, what? You know.
Number 9. Who's this?
Okay.
Isaac?
This is Isaac.
Dude, you're number 9, dude. Sorry.
All right, I will take Jeffrey.
That's better than number 2.
Okay, who's this? You're blocked. Who's this? Hello?
One for the breath.
You're number 10. Please try again.
Okay, thank you.
North Carolina. You're number 11. Please try again.
Okay.
Pennsylvania. You're number 12. Please try again.
Too fun, man. This is so fun.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah.
Who's this? You're number 13. Please try again.
Yeah, thank you. Who's this?
Kansas. You're number 14. Please try again. She's going, damn it.
We're not in Kansas any longer. No.
Who's this?
You're afraid of the truth.
Indiana.
Where are you calling from?
Indiana.
Oh, sorry, man. You're number 15. Try again.
That's where my daughter is, and my son, and my grandchildren.
Pennsylvania. You're number 16?
Yeah, I guess. No,
Sorry.
I
Try
think
again,
you're
buddy.
at 18.
Oh,
This would be 19.
19. Okay. Is this Oregon?
Yep.
You're number 19. Sorry. Try again.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, who's this?
He's Ronnie from Long Island.
Long Island, New York. You're number 21. Sorry, bud.
Oh, man.
San Francisco.
Hi, Ron.
Who's this?
This is Isaac again. Tell me I'm number 25.
No, you're number 22.
Ooh, damn it.
All right,
You're
thank
getting closer, man.
Hello, who's this?
Did I win?
No, you're number 23.
Okay, you'll hear from my lawyer, Jeff. Okay.
And that's why I need my concealed weapons right there.
We
Who's this?
shoot lawyers. No.
This is Pam.
Sorry, you're number 24.
One more.
Oh, crap. Okay.
And the winner is, who's this?
Bob from Rhode Island.
Bob.
Ron?
Who?
Captain Bob from Rhode
Captain
Island.
Bob from Rhode Island. You are number 25. You
The
win the book.
winner.
Thank you.
Captain Bob.
Yay. Congratulations, Captain Bob.
All right.
Hey, thank you. You got a good show. You got a very, very good show here.
Thank you, Captain Bob. Do me a favor. Hey, you've emailed me before, haven't you?
I'm sorry?
You've emailed me several times, right?
No, I'd like to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Captain Bob, do me a favor, and at the number you just called, do you have a cell phone?
Yes?
Okay, can you text me your...
No, not with me.
Oh, no. Can you text me your address?
I can give it to you verbally. How's that?
Okay, that'll work. Okay, hold on.
Just don't repeat it.
Let me mute the microphone.
Mute all the
Okay,
microphones.
Captain Bob, go ahead.
Can you hear me now? I'll just make so much noise that you can't hear Jeffrey. You can't hear Jeffrey. What is it?
Okay, spell that again.
Man, I tell you guys, I love the Bigfoot shows.
Okay,
When we
got
do a Bigfoot show, I love it.
Okay,
I didn't used to be the woo guy, but only a lot of woo
277
has
Cap,
happened to us.
C-A-F-T.
So now I'm way more
Is
open
that
to the woo,
as in dog, A-F-T?
and I can't wait to read this book.
Cap, got it.
You won't believe it, but only like I was messaging and emailing
Got it.
Ron
Okay.
and asking him to please save
Okay, got
one
it.
of these books, the color one. I mean, I was
got it.
begging him because I only get paid once a month, and I wanted this book and signed and everything.
Second floor right.
I'm like beside myself. Here it is. I'm going to take it home. I'm going to read it. I mean, even put my name on it. I mean, I am. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so happy. Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm so happy.
Okay. Okay. Spell that one more time, please. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to take this show home and I'm going to put it on YouTube, like, hopefully right away, okay? I'll go home and transfer it to the computer. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to, like, upload it straight up. So hopefully around 11 or 12 p.m. tonight,
2860. All right,
this show will be on,
next week, okay?
this show will be on YouTube.
It didn't work out. We couldn't do it. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we do. Down in. I wish you were down here on the West Coast. All right, I'm still on the air. I'll let you go. Thanks, Captain Bob.
Bye, Captain Bob.
Bye. Okay, that was it, guys. Sorry. I only had 2 books to give away. Let me put this back in my ear. Oh.
This is cool.
All right. See, we have fans from all over the frickin' United States of America.
Can you see that?
What? Oh.
This thing?
Who called in and so right on. All right.
I'm showing this.
So thank you for all those. Stop calling. We gave away the last book. Again, you can purchase this book starting this week. Go to ronmoorehead.com. This is some serious stuff for those who believe in Sasquatch and Bigfoot, who know that we have been, what has happened to us in the field, the missing time. Do I throw that again? You know, is that something that the Bigfoot did to us? You know what? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Hey, get out of the, sit down. Okay, sit down. Okay, sit down.
Came with the book.
Yeah. Oh, did it?
I guess
Okay.
when you order the book,
you
you
just
get
dropped.
this.
Okay. So yeah, a lot of people don't really like to talk about this kind of stuff because, for one thing, we're trying to find the true evidence of a creature, a monster, guys. We're really trying to figure out if this monster exists or not. In my heart, I know they do exist. All right, but it's up to us now to convince you. And in order to convince you, we really have to go and try to find them, because there's more than one. And is the reason why we're having problems finding them is because of the things they can do to not be found? Have you ever tried thinking that way? You know, why is Bigfoot always blurry?
Yeah.
Is it because they cause your cameras to go blurry when you're trying to take a picture of them?
Or they get blurry. Like supposedly change their quantum structure and turn into a blurry thing.
Right. You know, so it's about time somebody with credibility, because Ron Moorehead has been doing this. He's probably one of the first who really started looking into the Bigfoot Sasquatch phenomena, probably before I was born. I don't know.
About the 70s.
Yeah, 70s. Okay, well, almost.
Yeah.
So he has had a lot of experience out in the field. He has seen them, heard them. You saw the freaking prints cast that he had. That 18-inch one, that's unbelievable. You imagine the body that was attached to that freaking print? Okay, let's check this out. If the one he was showing belonged to the Patterson Gimlin one, Patty, was 7, that one was, I don't know how big that footprint, I want to say, 9 inches? 8?
It's like 15 inches.
No.
Yeah.
The Patterson one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, maybe 12 or 13.
Okay, so add another 5 inches,
And then
this
part.
This part, or the width part.
Like, man, it's like 8 or 9 inches.
It was about like that. Yeah, it was about like that, and so that thing was huge.
It was huge.
Okay.
Could you imagine the hand on that? If it was going to grab you, like if you're out in the forest and you're walking by a tree, and just like, whoosh, and he looks like that, and he's just like, ah, you know, I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
They scare me.
Again, I don't know what I will do when I finally see one up close. And I've told you probably what will happen in my pants. Mm-hmm. So be it. Who's calling? California, we are already gave. Oh. And that was hold on. Is this Christina? That was Christina from Tully. She put in an order since we're gonna see Ron hopefully
in a week.
In a week, I'll go ahead and get one for Christina and Isaac. I'll get you one too, buddy. All right.
There you go.
Danny, you want one too? God, I gotta get all these people books.
We need to have a store, huh? Don't we? We need to put a store together.
No kidding. So, all right. So that was pretty much on my list. All the stuff I wanted to talk about because I knew we were going to have Ron Moorehead. I knew, Ron Moorehead was at a conference all weekend, and I know he was tired, and I could tell he was like, I need to go to get some rest. And I appreciate him coming on for an hour. I wish we had him on for more, but that's okay. Next week when we film him for the TV show, we'll talk about some other subject matter that we didn't talk about here. I wish we can bring him into here, but he won't have time for that. Mariposa. How far is Mariposa from here?
Hour and a half.
Yeah. Okay. No, we'll just have to go up to him and
it's like on the other side of Bass Lake.
Oh, it's not bad. So no, we'll go to him. Definitely go to him. Okay. So we passed 60,000 subscribers on live stream. Thank you very much for all those who have subscribed to us.
Over 1 million
views
on
YouTube. Let's talk about, we were just talking about this before we came on YouTube. You guys have to understand that our shows are 2 hours long. Before, they used to be 3 hours long. Yeah. What really counts is the minutes watched when people watch your show. So, for example, when a musical artist, for example, Katy Perry, puts out a music video and it's 3 minutes and 30 seconds long, she can get, 100 million views in no time because she's well known. All right. And
it's only 3 minutes.
And it's only 3 minutes long. Okay. So the viewer minutes really is what counts.
We're in the millions.
We are right now at about 24 million viewer minutes.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty damn good. Okay, that's really, really good. If you were to, let's say, to compare that to a 3.5 minute music video, that would be right around 8 to 9 million views. Mm-hmm. That's how much we got on YouTube, guys. So we're doing really well on YouTube.
Actually, we're doing really well because the attention span of people how it was explained to me was about 5 minutes, 12 minutes max. So if you don't capture everybody's attention in 12 minutes, they're already on to something else, you know what I mean, and clicking off. And we're averaging everybody being in there around 25 minutes. That's taking the longest to the shortest viewers. So the average is around, half hour. And that's really good.
Jessica said, Jeff, can you get Katy Perry to come on your show? I'm trying. I think that'll probably happen when we get signed and picked up, to be honest. That's one of my 5 people that I want to get. And I also want to accompany her on the piano or keyboard and see if we can make that happen, because those who don't know, I sort of kind of know how to do that. So yeah. I have big plans for this show. And God willing, it will happen. Give us time. If we had a lot of money right now, we could make it happen, but we don't.
If there's any investors out there, big time guys that want to help out, because your hobby is this, let's make it happen. And you could go on all the Bigfoot adventures with us, and ghost adventures, and UFO adventures.
We know where they're at, man. We know where the Bigfoots are at.
They say Simple as that. They say there's monster hunters. We're the real monster hunters. We're not the ones that go out and set up all this fake stuff to make it happen so that they can show a show. No, we take you out there. We talk to the real people. We really go out there, and sometimes so bad, we were just talking about this right before the thing too. Like on the TV show, okay, the TV show, the crew is coming back and telling Jeffrey, man, you know, like we're having trouble. We're going out, we're you know, to do the shoot with these people, and the audio problems are just going off the hook, and the camera is moving and focusing in and out and all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen. The camera's on manual. It doesn't move. The focus doesn't move, right? They set it, it stays. Not when they go where we go.
Let me give you an example. For those who watched the episode on Bigfoot Joe a couple of weeks ago, a lot of people didn't understand the full story of, and I'm saying the location of where he witnessed all this stuff. Across the street is where the two little kids had their sighting of the Bigfoot. All right, Joe Bigfoot, we call him Joe Bigfoot. He found a footprint and he cast it. All right,
16-inch one.
He was not able to show. Well, actually, the production company had him showing the cast and showing everybody. But the problem is, during that part, the sound went haywire. Mm-hmm. He says everything was working fine until, but on the, you know, on all the audio, everything was fine. There was no, you know, nothing wrong with what they were doing.
Yeah, when they're listening to it and looking at it, everything looks good.
But the audio just did not come out in order for them to use it. And also, during that time they were filming, because they were there for several hours at nighttime, something across the street in that orchard where he witnesses everything
and got the track,
something was throwing stuff at the camera crew. A couple of the guys in the camera crew, actually one guy, Chris, the main guy, took a camera and started running across the street, but he had to stop because it's completely pitch dark out there. Now, RS, the producer of the show, when he turned around, he said he saw something above the tree line. He thought it was something flying, but it very well could have been the head.
Right.
What he was witnessing across the top of the tree line, of the trees.
When Bigfoots run, their head doesn't run like humans where they go.
It's like
smooth. So it would look like something flying.
Like what I saw that day up there.
Exactly.
It was beautifully straight. It was the word I'm looking for, and it was so. How they did it was so natural, so gracefully. Thank you. It was so graceful the way it moved. Mm-hmm. There was no problem, no trouble at all,
and faster than fast.
Oh my God! It was just boom,
like
gone.
It's quantum fast. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know all the Bigfoot people that go out all the time in all the different places around the world. They know what I'm talking about. These things will be right there in front of you making noise, and then you'll hear them going away, screaming all the way, but they'll cover like a half a mile in like
no time.
I mean, almost like 3 snaps of the finger, and they're already a half a mile, and you're standing there going, "What?"
Right. Okay, one more time. Ron Moorehead's book, The Quantum Bigfoot by Ron Moorehead. Go to ronmoorehead.com.
I have to look.
I think it's ronmoorehead.com.
But I know if you do a Google search, you'll bring it up. Say the Quantum Bigfoot.
Buy it because we're getting into some deep stuff now. You know, like the stuff we've talked about on here, guys, is what he's been talking about in this book. I had no idea.
www.bigfootsounds.com or Sierra Sounds.
Not ronmoorehead.com?
So far,
I could have swore he said that.
Well, I think he said you could get it. You could get it at his Sierra Sound site too.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. It's bigfootsounds.com or ronmoorehead.com.
Right.
bigfootsounds.com or ronmoorehead.com. Go buy his book, guys. Show your gratitude for him coming on tonight and giving us his 2 cents on his belief on the creatures, because there's more than one. I just can't believe people still think there's more than one Bigfoot. Yes.
There's more than one, just in one area.
Yeah, guys.
Like the word Bigfoot Joe is. He was talking about 5.
Danny, shut up.
And then Keith, the farmer, guess what? Only a few miles away, closer, like in between the river. They're both like on each side of the river. Guess how many Bigfoots?
5.
Same amount as Bigfoot Joe, I mean,
yeah, and they don't know each other. They call
Yeah.
2 years apart. It's like, come on. So, anyways, there would be an episode that's going to show the correlations and the connections among all those 3 sightings and the area. We're actually going to give you the locations for those who live in the in this valley part. That way, if you ever go purchase a fleer, actually to be pronounced it right, go out Bigfoot looking. You don't have to go to the mountains, man. They're down here, valley floor. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, that is pretty much. We are done. I want to thank you guys for showing up, and I apologize for the cutting off of the Facebook Live. We lost power to that side, not the live stream. If you want to see the show straight through, go to livestream.com. In a couple days, Alan will have that.
I promise I'll have it by midnight or 1 in the morning.
Okay, tonight. So if you want to watch the whole episode without any interruptions, go to our YouTube channel at Paranormal Central. And Alan was telling me that there is now close to 7 or 10 people who have stolen all our videos and created channels just with our videos in them.
It's a clone channel.
So they could
like
make
ours.
money, basically. Do you believe that? So there's 10 channels out there that say Paranormal Central that is not us, that have stolen all of our videos, and you can and they do that so they can monetize it and make money off our content. That's telling, and you know what? That's flattering, to be honest.
It is.
It's freaking flattering. All right. So
well, I know a lot of people, they email me and they find that and they say, how come you're not taking them off? Well, the YouTube policy is, like, say we have 200 videos, okay? And if they took all 200 and there's, say, 10 sites with 200, that's 2,000 videos. You have to put a letter on write a letter justifying with links that that's your thing, and it has to, and you have to put the link of the video where you got it. So that means you have to do 2,000 of them to get them to take them off. And I don't have time for that.
No. See, when we become bigger than
we'll hire
big,
somebody.
There'll be somebody that we hire that's going to take care of all that. But for right now, if you want to do that, do it. You're only promoting us.
That's right. They are.
You are promoting us, and we greatly appreciate it. So
none of them have as many views as we do yet.
So on that note, for Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas and Ron Moorehead, thank you for showing up tonight, wherever you may be around the world. I appreciate it. Have a great night. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll do it all over again. Take care. Bye.
Bye, guys.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on our. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies, and we hope you witness something you cannot explain.